All right, so guys, today we're going to be talking about chapter 11, reading over it. There's going to be a little bit of controversy, probably. I don't agree with one of the main tenets of this chapter, probably of the book. But I'll give my reasons, and you can chime in on the discussion if you want. Okay, let's get it started. So it starts off with, you are free to choose a concept you accept of yourself. So you possess the power of intervention. The chapter is called Interference, which is kind of like intervention, but we'll talk about that later. Power which enables you to alter the course of your future. Alter progress. Okay. The main concept here. So basically, the free will that you have is free to choose your concept of self, not a new idea. Process of rising from your present concept, or whatever your present concept is at the present, to a higher concept is all true progress. And he's referenced that loosely, like achieving achieving higher and higher states. Yeah. So the next sentence, the main one, of the higher concept is waiting for you to incarnate it in the world of experience. I wish he would go into more detail, because he says the greater self is like God, or you become aware of your greater self the more you use imagination. But like it's just not clear to me anyway. Next paragraph. Oh yeah, that's what we're going over here. All right. Ultra progress. Yeah, waiting for you to experience. That's what I interpreted the last sentence to mean. Your higher concept is there. I was just paraphrasing. I was waiting for you to experience it. Okay, next. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power, unto him be the glory. So that is Paul's letter to the Ephesians. And he's okay. So he is the imagination, God is imagination, and the power that work within us is the attention. According to, okay, so that's an idea that he's said before. The power, or the degree to which you exercise control over your imagination and your assumptions is directly related to how much control you have over your attention, what you focus your attention on, and how narrowly you focus it. Okay, next one is imagination. Hold on, let me just read this chapter really quick, or paragraph really quick. Nope, same things he's been saying before. Imagine your ideal, and remain attentive to it, and it will manifest if you stick to it. Okay, he was in the world, mystery from the ages. So he quotes some more verses that I didn't go into that, I guess. He just says the same thing. The he and that the Bible talks about in these passages. You know what? I'm gonna let's look into this really quick. Let's look into this super quick. John 1:10. All right. Let's go over to Gateway. Okay, so I've done. I just decided to not put in here. That's cool. Okay, and I'm using ESV for metaphysics related stuff. I guess for the future. Let me know what translation you guys use and why. Okay, so John, ostensibly a guy named John, is talking about the Jesus, and he's calling him the Word, and the Word is God. And John is the witness to talk about, like he's the messenger to prepare the way for him. But then it continues with saying the true light the world was the true light, gives light to everybody. So if we were to use Neville's translation, light equals consciousness. So the true consciousness, which gives light to everybody, consciousness to everybody. Here's the world. The world was made through him, but the world did not know him. Okay, don't know. That's probably why I didn't put it in there, because I didn't know where it was. Anyway, going back to mystery from the ages, Christ hidden you, hope of glory. I mean, I'm not going to look at that one because there might be nothing like last time. But you're more than welcome to. And again, please let me know if you look up those verses and what your process is for interpreting them. Okay, so yeah, he's imagination, same thing. Consciousness is the only substance, and your imagination forms consciousness into concepts, and concepts are manifested as conditions, circumstances, physical objects. So imagination made your world through consciousness. The supreme truth with few exceptions man is not conscious of. But listen, I know where I got this idea, as most of them have. Is this like Kabbalistic? If you guys know, let me know. Because this is a foundational principle upon which you can use to think about the law of assumption and the control with which you have over your reality. Okay. The mystery, Christ in you is your imagination. Okay. Same thing. The hope of glory is your awareness. Okay. Hope of glory is your awareness of the ability to rise perpetually to higher levels. So let's go back and actually look at this. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Let's, I'm curious to see what other references of hope of glory there are in the Bible. Okay, so there's our verse. No. Nope, sailing time. Okay, well, all right. According to Neville, that means that you're rising up to higher and higher states, higher levels. Okay, Christ is not to be found in history. You only find Christ in you, aware that your imagination is the only redemptive power. When this is discovered, walls of Jericho, towers of dogma will fall down. Okay, let's go over what I went over in my notes here. Okay, so we already went over this here. Okay, so I think what was fresh in my mind as I wrote this was a chapter about failure, which is down here, chapter 24. And so he expounds on this idea, which is that as fast as you completely feel that you are in this ideal, it will manifest as reality in the world. And I disagree. So in taking Neville's own experiences to like build my disagreement, the parabolic revelation, and I'm gonna put the link in the show notes. It's not a podcast. In the video, in the description. Whereby, really quick, there's a 3-month delay after which he had imagined his rent being different to what it was. In the lecture, he talks about how because of the delay, he was able to get more than he originally asked. So I want you to take a second, think about that really quick. He did not get what he wanted. he got more than what he wanted after, like 2 or 3 months after, I think it was like 3 months after he started assuming. And so this lecture was given in '69, which is way later than this book was written. So it could be that his ideas changed, which is why I would like to know why he had, like, how he came up with the ideas that he came up with, because you can't put a magnifying glass to a naked claim, an unsupported claim, because you can just change it, years later apparently, and not have anything to look back on, and as to the reason why you have the incorrect belief. It's okay to have an incorrect belief, because we're human, but I mean, I just think that you should at least present a reason, if there is one, about why you believe the things you believe. Okay. And what else? Okay, yeah. There's also the every vision has its appointed hour. If it delay, do not, whatever, because it will ripen in a flower. He's said that in a lot of lectures before, and that goes against the idea of as fast as you completely feel it to be natural, or as fast as you completely feel that you are already this ideal. Ooh, where's my pen? Right here. Already this ideal. Feel. So he says here you have to feel it, and then later lectures that every vision has its appointed hour, and what you'll get more than what you want, as long as you persist in it. So the command is still the same. However, the supporting reason for failure is it changes. There's no, and so what I believe is that there's something greater than us. It's not that new, but that force decides what is best for us to experience, for us as individual, like, concepts. I'm just using Neville's worldview here. So there's a greater self, right, underneath all of us. You guys remember the picture? Okay, so you're just watching this and you don't know about it, because I don't remember what video it is. Basically, I explained that, like, okay, pretend this is the whole world, all right? This is the world, and we are all like individual manifestations of it, okay? So this is me, this is you, okay? But underneath all of us, COVID, right? Underneath all of us, to what degree underneath it is, I don't know. But there's I am. There's, like, supreme consciousness, the foundation of the world, God, and so I think that force is what decides when we get what we get. Okay, I think that's what I think anyway, and it just makes sense to me. I don't know. I'll devote my life to finding out what the heck is going on here, because I don't know if you guys have ever thought about this, or have had an experience like this one that I'm about to tell. And it's about, what, I'm not going to tell the whole story. Later on, it'll probably be a separate video, because it's kind of heavy, and it's very confusing, and I have a lot of guesses, and guesses due to that. Basically, I gave up on a manifestation. Like, I decided that I didn't need it, and then literally the next day it happened. So something happened to me that was good, despite me not believing it. So I literally decided, I don't know. and it makes sense. Well, I also want to point out that, like, at this point, I don't know when the rent thing happened in parallel revelation, but for someone like Neville to start at the beginning, to start whenever he does, um, and imagine a reality for him to experience, in the 3D what he had imagined 3 months prior. There's a small chance, I think, and I'm just using inductive. I don't know. I'm guessing from what I know about what Neville uh, was capable of, that there's no way that it would have taken him 3 months to completely feel as if his wish were natural. I mean, the army thing took like what, a night, 2 nights. Well, I guess 10 nights for him to be told that it was okay for him to, like he didn't have to imagine anymore. Or no, yeah, it was like 2 nights, and so I don't know. The discrepancy with timing leads me to believe that it's not. It doesn't matter if you feel completely it. That has no bearing on failure or reality. I think there's force, that decides what we get when we get it. And sometimes that lines up exactly how we want it to, and it's amazing. But I think sometimes it doesn't. I mean, you watching this video, you're probably going through something right now, and I'm guessing because there's people who study Neville and stuff like that, and they want money for long. Well, what I've seen is that they want money for a long time. It doesn't happen, for years or something like that, and or maybe like a disease. Basically, like don't give up. This force reacts in some way. I think, and I'm just not talking Neville here. I think that we are able to influence, at the very least, influence, and that's a very very safe word, I think, to use. We are able to influence our reality by our intentions. And that can be something as small as maybe the degree to which your reality is affected by your thoughts is dependent on your own conviction, like your own faith, because good things happen to people who just believe they're going to be successful. And it may take forever, like Jim Carrey with his Jim Carrey, yeah, the movie actor who wrote the $10 million check, and that happened. He wasn't aware. He didn't believe what Neville believed. At least not that I'm not aware of him, studying Neville and talking about Neville, but it happened anyway. And so, even if you don't control when the timing of things happen, I think that us as limited people with limited experience, limited presence. We're not omnipresent. We don't know everything about what's best for people. We don't know everything about what's best for us. I think that there's a something that is in charge of all that, and it decides for us. I think that if we were to have control over timing and everything that we were to imagine, the world would be in chaos. There would just imagine, if you were to have a stray thought about, the world burning, and if everyone were capable of the same thing, and if there was no structure, there was no limitation, then the psycho in his mom's basement could wish destruction on half the world and it would happen. But because there is some kind of regulatory thing, it doesn't happen. And you know, maybe through him wishing destruction on the world, he's shown and he's redeemed in some way that there's a force that says, well, no, you know, actually don't stop being evil, or something. I don't know. So I'm getting off topic, but yeah, that's I wanted to spend a lot of time with this because I didn't want to just like tell an argument against what Neville's writing, and then I wanted to also expound on this because this is important stuff to talk about, and I'll get more clear on what I believe and why as I go. But I'm trying to get people to think like me around me, because I'm only one person, and a greater group will be able to get more progress done. So if you like the way I think, then get at me somehow. Discord. I'll maybe do something else later on. Anyway, so finish up with my notes here. Well, you know, okay, we got that. Cool. Okay, yeah, that's it. All right, we're done with chapter 11. This video is probably very long. I need to remember to do timers. See y'all in chapter 12.